What's going on, guys? My name's Mike. I'm the 720 Vending. I know today's not a vending video, but I do as a large accomplishment in my life. I got done a couple of days ago, got it inspected. It's all happy to go now. So I did my own 200 amp upgrade on my house. Are you supposed to do that yourself? Generally, no. If you have the skills, go for it. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I did, how I did it, and what I went through on getting everything set up. Enjoy the show. What's going on, guys? First of all, I'm going to point out the fact that I am not a licensed electrician. I am just a homeowner. I did pull the proper permits for this. This was my old panel. Here was my old meter box as well. I did go ahead and replace all of this with new Square D equipment. Here's how the mast looked when they first disconnected it. As you can tell, there is a lot of rot on those cables. Those cables are date coded for 2016, so they're not even that old. They brought copper down, went aluminum from here into the house. There was corrosion on that. That does explain a lot of the flickering lights I've been having lately. They did have this grounded. Not very well, I might add. So when I pulled off the panel, I found another hole in the wall. That was patched with fire foam, outdoor rated. You can see the unistrut that's going to mount the new panel. Once I got to this point, I have new cables coming down the pole, properly identified. Then I have them all landed here in the new panel. I did take my time doing all of this to make sure it's all correct. As you can tell, I got my service reconnected and energized. The power company did give me props for doing everything nice, neat, and professionally mannered. Here we are for the walk-up for everything that I've done. Here's after the fact. I've got a brand new grounding rod in this window well, driven down 8 feet. There is one in this window well as well, with the copper, 6-gauge copper going between the two. Just realized I had a spare piece of copper laying around there. So that goes up, goes into the panel, and lands on the neutral bus. This is the old panel I had here, and that went away. This cable was not rated for outdoor use. It was underground burial type, so I couldn't even reuse it if I wanted to. It's just going to go to the recycler. But as you can tell, the UV coating, the UV took its toll on the cables, and the sheathing was breaking free. So the green cable going down from the panel here goes down into my basement and all the way over to my water main. The 6-gauge copper runs down to the grounding rods. The green cable is a 2-gauge aluminum, which from my research, and thank you to electrician Ron for pointing everything out, and thank you so much for quoting the code so I can learn everything I needed to do this project myself. Comes down. The green wire goes to the grounding lug inside the top half of the panel. I've got the new ground going to the sub panel, as well as the neutrals and hots tagged. To land the 6-gauge copper line for the grounding rod, I did use the proper fitting to attach it to the neutral bus on this panel. This is a Siemens Square D 200 amp meter main combo. Getting those cables through that LB was an absolute nightmare. I used a unistrut to mount my panel to the wall. It pulled my mast up vertically and brought it into plumb because it was out of alignment. It was slanted towards the house. And so I brought it up so it would be in a proper alignment. Use Tapcons to anchor the unistrut. Okay, coming in here. Here we got my Square D 200 amp 30 space panel. It has a 200 amp main on there, getting the cables in there. There's the grounding wire I brought in specifically for that. I also have a second grounding bar on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side is my dryer on the 30 amp. I've got a 15 amp light circuit for the garage. as well as all the other circuits on my other side. The AC unit was not properly identified when I got this house, so when I was working on the panel, I re-identified the white wire they had on the AC unit for a red because it is a hot, not a neutral, as it is 240 volts. I did everything as neat as possible. I will be adding more circuits to this panel as I rewire the house. It will be brought up to full, the house will be brought up to full 2023 code. I did make sure to add the 50 kilovolt surge protector to protect the house. It is a plug-on neutral from Square D. I did make sure to get everything set up to the way it's supposed to be. I want to thank you guys for watching. Again, I am an amateur. I am a homeowner. I do not have my electrical licenses, but I did pull the permits. Have a great day.